Hey there guys, it's Vlad from Review Outdoor Gear, and today I've got another review for you. Today is the Thrunite Archer 2A V2 flashlight. Thrunite has been very kind and sent us these flashlights to review for free. So of course we'll keep them as unbiased as possible, like always. And I'll try to make an interesting review for you and try to hit all the major points. So hopefully it'll be very informative. Alright, let's get started.
Alright, so let's kind of go through the specifications of the flashlight, and I'll try to maybe talk about some uses and some cool features on it. And then maybe we'll do some tests after that as well. So, first thing everybody wants to know is lumens. The most important thing to note is the cool white and the neutral white have different powers of or lumens. So this is the neutral white, and the neutral white tops out at 430 lumens. The cool white is a little bit higher at 450, but that's a pretty small difference, and you almost can't tell. Has 5 modes. So it starts out with Firefly mode, which is 0.11 lumens, and it can basically run forever on this. Then it bumps up to low setting, medium, and the high, which is at 430 for the specific cool white or natural white flashlight. So to turn it on and off, you hit the button in the back and then turn it off again. And you can half press it if you want just a quick light like that. So don't click it all the way. Once you turn it on though, you click the forward clicky button, which is what they call it. And that changes through the modes, so it goes through Firefly, low, medium, high. And it has a memory function, so if you leave it at, say, low, turn it off, and turn it on again, it will go to low. Then if you leave it at high, for example, turn it off, turn it on again, it goes to high. So that's pretty cool, pretty handy there. It has a stainless steel titanium coated pocket clip, which is reversible. You can take it off and you can maybe put it on the other direction like that if you want to maybe hook it onto something that wants to shine forward. Also, it can go to the back right here, and it's reversible there as well. So this is more of like a pocket orientation, so you can stick in your pocket. The one issue with this though I found is that it can slide back and forth. But usually if it's in your pocket, it kind of hangs down and doesn't slide. But sometimes you take it off and it'll slide. So I'm not sure if it's actually intended to be up there, but I think it is. The glass here is really nice. Tempered glass, ultra clear. And it's also coated with an anti-reflective coating, so just that as an added bonus. The weight of the flashlight. It without batteries, and it uses 2 AA batteries, which is nice, by the way. For those of you that are not big on those bigger rechargeable only batteries, 2 AA's, which are readily available anywhere basically, uses 2 of those. So without the batteries, it weighs 2.8 ounces, so relatively light. It's made out of aircraft grade aluminum. And with the batteries, the weight goes up to 4.6 ounces. So, not that much. It's coated with a very nice anodization. So it's actually not coated, it's anodized. Also, you can usually tell a good quality flashlight when it's also anodized inside, and it is. The only part that's not anodized is this little part here, which is to have a connection with so the current could actually flow through it. So of course all flashlights from Thrunite are waterproof, usually to an IPX standard, and this is waterproof to 1.5 meters, and we'll do a water test later. Also shock resistant, so if you drop it, it should still work. I think that's for 2 meters, so a good 6 feet you can drop it, and if it doesn't get broken physically, the electronic components will survive that. really nice feature is that it has this stainless steel bezel on the front, which is not aluminum, so you can really, if you drop it, for example, it won't damage it, or if you need to maybe break some glass in an emergency situation, hopefully you never have to, but that's an option. And just in general, it's really nice. It gives the flashlight a nice look, stainless steel, and it also protects the glass. The glass is a pretty good distance away from any contact with anything, so it should never get scratched up unless you actually drop it on a rock or something. So the price, I think it's a really good price for this flashlight. Competing Phoenix flashlights would be more expensive, though perhaps you can get better quality out of them in some regards. But the cool white and the neutral white have different prices. You can get these on Amazon. So the natural white you can get on Amazon for $30, and from Thrunite for $33, and free shipping from Amazon. I'm not sure about Thrunite. And the cool white you can get from Amazon for $40 with free shipping, and from Thrunite for $44. So a really good price for the actual quality and brightness of this flashlight. So one of the only drawbacks I think I see on this flashlight is this forward clicking button. It's a good feature, I like it. It works well on its own, but if you turn on the flashlight, you kind of have to switch flashlight positions to get there, and then you can switch it. So I'm not sure. It seems like it would almost be better if you just left it in the back and you could just cycle through them, like a lot of flashlights have it, where you can cycle through the settings with the main button. But I'm not sure why they did that. It's not horrible. You can definitely use it. You're gonna have to change your position of your hand for that. So if I could change one thing on here, that would be that. I'm not sure how I'd change it, but I would somehow. Otherwise, pretty awesome. So some of the uses for the flashlight, definitely a good utility flashlight. I've been using it for work, and it's always in my bag. So throw it in there. You can use it outdoors as well. It's a little bit heavier. For those of you that maybe want an ultralight thing, maybe this is not the ideal one, but it'll work. I've actually used this as a replacement for a car headlight. We were out hiking, and it went longer than we thought it would, and we had issues with our car, and we had to drive down a pretty crazy dirt road, and I used this thing as a headlight for probably a good half an hour, and it did just fine. Actually it was brighter than the actual headlights in the car. So you can use it for hiking or utility. Tactical uses, pretty good. You can mount it on your MOLLE attachments, or not sure about mounting it on a gun. It's not really made for that, I don't think, but it'll work. So yeah, pretty handy all-around flashlight. Alright, let's go do some tests. Alright, so let's do a light test out at night. This is the Thrunite Archer 2A. So I've got a wall over there. It's about 40 or 50 feet. And we'll see how much light we can see over there. So here we go. So this is the highest setting. So that's 430 lumens. And it shines very well. It lights that wall up perfectly. You can see everything very, very well. So then you click this little button here, and that brings it down to the Firefly mode, which is useful for pitch black conditions, or if you don't want a lot of light. That's 0.11 lumens. And then shine that again. This is the lowest setting, so that's handy for a couple feet out in front of you, maybe 10 feet out in front of you. And the medium setting, that's better for, I can see that wall pretty well already from here. And then again up there. So very nice. The brightest setting is quite nice. You can see everything very well. There's a tree up here you can actually see, and you can see everything as bright as day, or even brighter. I mean, everything is absolutely visible. So that's really nice. And if you tone that down again to the medium one, you can still see. You can still see that. There's stuff close up is still visible, but further away. So yeah, the settings are spaced out pretty well. So here's a comparison. This right now is my Black Diamond Storm, which is at right now it's at 100, and here is 130. And here's a Thrunite next to it. This is at the medium setting, so it's a little bit not as bright, but you can see the difference in colors. The Black Diamond Storm is more of a cool white, whereas the Thrunite is more of a natural, or this version is natural white. So then if you bump that up to full power, it just totally blocks out the 130, obviously, because this is at 430. And then down to Firefly, obviously you can't see that. There's a low setting, medium, and high. So pretty good. Hope that gives you kind of an idea of how it actually works and shines. So this is the Firefly mode. It was 0.11 lumens. And you can see it's pretty handy to check out stuff that's really close upwards, and I'm really close to this slider here. So if it's pitch black and you don't want to have a strong light, you just need a little light to do something in your tent or something, maybe in your car, and you don't really want to have a bright light. This is perfect. Just the right amount of brightness, and you can actually see stuff. So that's handy too. And of course there's the brighter setting, pretty bright. So a cool feature also that the Thrunite Archer has is this little ring around the front of the flashlight, that when you turn the flashlight off, there's a little bit of an afterglow. So it's kind of cool. Just in the daytime, the ring looks blue, and it glows this green sort of color when the light is turned off. And it glows longer than the camera can actually see. So if you were to turn your flashlight off, and then maybe put it down and you need to grab it again, you can see it by that little glow in the front of it. So that's a cool little feature. So the flashlight is waterproof, rated to IPX8 standards. So fully waterproof to 2 meters. So this should not be an issue. Yeah, it works pretty well. So after the water test, let's see how the inner compartment is. Should be bone dry. Looks pretty dry in there. Not a single drop. Yep. Batteries are absolutely dry. Nothing in there. Awesome. They're not lying about that IPX rating. Seems to be pretty waterproof. Put this lid back on here. There we go. Awesome. Alright, let's do a freezing test of this Thrunite Archer 2A V2. Let's go into my freezer here. And a thermometer to see how cold it gets in there. Alright, it's been about an hour and a half since we stuck the Archer V2 in the freezer. So let's see how it did. Let's check that temperature. Temperature is... Wow, it's colder than the thing can read. So from my experience, that's about 20 or so, maybe 15 degrees. So well below freezing. Let's see how the flashlight works. Fish it out from here. Oops. Some of that ice. Let's leave it on there. See if it still works. So there is a fresh pair of anti-loop batteries in here. So that's pretty good. Look at that. Full power. That works. And then there's that. Alright, let's get working to full power. That's pretty good. I wasn't expecting it to actually work. But yeah, there you go. Seems like it works pretty well. That was kind of cool too. So here's a little test of how it goes in the pocket. It's actually a pretty long light. It's over 6 inches. I think it's about 6.2 or so inches. So these pockets are kind of short, so it doesn't actually fit all the way in here. But so it's not really an EDC light unless you have deeper pockets or you have like cargo pants or something. But it will fit in there. You can just throw it in there. And if you have something else though, like a knife, they'd be rubbing against each other. So for that, you kind of just need a smaller flashlight. But you can get it in there. It's not bad. Alrighty guys, that concludes the review of the Thrunite Archer 2A. Hopefully you liked it. If you want to see some other videos of flashlights or gear, check out our channel, and maybe a few of the light reviews will pop up here. Subscribe to that channel if you like it. Share our videos. Give us a thumbs up. That always helps. And as always, have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video.